Aloha, Sylvan Bell coming from Sacramento, California, July 30th, 2016, 8:53 in the morning, and we're talking about trust in the sales process. And one of the things it's going to come down to is your ability to answer questions and tell stories about your product, your service, that are really going to be able to help the person understand that you're confident in your knowledge and it's consistent information. And a lot of times I see salespeople make this mistake where they just kind of mail it in or they're sandbagging it and they're not very good at the sales process. And what they do is they go straight to discounting. And discounting isn't selling. That's just really what it comes down to. And so what will happen is, the buyer asks them a question and they'll try to deflect the information. And especially if it's a tough question. And I get it, if you're new in sales, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, let's call somebody and find out. But somebody who's been out in the field for a while should really have a good understanding of just about everything that there is to know, or what type of questions are going to be asked. And if you don't, it's a perfect opportunity for start taking notes for difficult questions you've been asked and working on ways to answer them. One of your best friends in the sales process is to do what most salespeople aren't going to do. Because I got to tell you, I've worked with salespeople full-time now for the last 15 years, and there are a lot of lazy salespeople. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good salespeople, but there's a lot of lazy salespeople who just want the low-hanging fruit. And they're just like, whatever, I'm cool with making X amount of dollars a year, 50 grand, 70 grand, 100, 200 grand a year, 300, 500, whatever the number is, okay? You can fill in the number yourself. But it's really easy for them to get into a rut. And my belief is, look, if I'm going to run a whole bunch of appointments, I'm going to do everything I can to sell every single one of them because I'm there and I might as well, and somebody's going to get the money. Why not it be me, right? As long as everything matches up and everything works good, hey, let's get the money. If it's not a good fit, there's probably somebody else that can help them out. But be able to answer the questions and be able to answer those concerns, okay? Now, part of this, too, is to pick up the phone when everything's done and answer those same questions and answer those same concerns after the sale is made. And a lot of times, salespeople, they'll build that rapport and they'll make the buyer think that they're a friend, and the next thing you know is they got the commission check, they got the check, right? And then peace out, Girl Scout, they're gone, they never hear from them again. So, keep in touch with a person, get some referrals. That really shows that you're there for the long run. Send them a handwritten thank you card. I'm a huge fan of that. Every time I go to Hawaii, I buy these mahalo cards, right? I have some in my bag over here, I have some in the car, I have them in my travel bag, 'cause you never know who you're going to run into. You might run into somebody on the plane, and they're a pretty cool person, they hand you a business card, boom. Time to send them the mahalo card, especially if I fly to the East Coast, because everybody over there goes to the Bahamas and everybody over here on the West Coast goes to Hawaii, or Mexico. But whatever you're going to do, send a handwritten card, answer the tough questions, pick up the phone after the sale is made if there's a concern, and help that person out, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do, you got to subscribe. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even link to Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.